Hello students, I am Dr. Jyoti Vaingankar from Department of Botany, PSS RSN College of Arts and Science, Famagudi, Goa. I am here to take a module from the program Bachelor of Science in the subject Botany from the course Molecular Biology and Genetic Engineering. It is taken from the unit Recombinant DNA Technology. Name of the module is Enzymes used in DNA recombinant technology, restriction enzymes, DNA ligases, and DNA modifying enzymes. In this module, we will study about restriction enzymes, exonuclease, endonuclease, and restriction endonuclease, DNA ligase, and DNA modifying enzymes such as alkaline phosphatase, polynucleotide kinase, and terminal transferase. At the end of this module, you will be able to describe the mode of action of exonuclease, endonuclease, and restriction endonuclease, explain the working of DNA ligase, and state the mode of action of alkaline phosphatase, polynucleotide kinase, and terminal transferase. In recombinant DNA technology, recombinant DNA is produced using a set of enzymes which are an important biological tools. These enzymes include restriction enzyme, DNA ligases, and DNA modifying enzymes. Gene cloning requires that the DNA molecules should be cut in a very precise and reproducible fashion to insert the new DNA. The verb restrict means to cut. Nucleases are the enzymes which degrade DNA molecules by breaking the phosphodiester bonds. Nucleases that break RNA and DNA are called as RNase and DNase respectively. Nucleases are of two types, exonuclease and endonuclease. Exonuclease enzyme digests the base pair on 5' or 3' ends of a single-stranded DNA or at single nicks or gaps in double-stranded DNA. This is a DNA fragment showing both the strand. It is now acted upon by exonuclease enzyme, resulting in the formation of a small fragment of DNA by exonuclease enzyme. Endonuclease enzymes cleave the double-stranded DNA at any point except the ends, and they act only on one strand, as you can see in this figure. This is the DNA which is acted upon by endonuclease enzyme, resulting in the generation of DNA fragment. Now let us study about restriction endonucleases. They recognize and cut DNA strand at specific sequence called as restriction site or recognition site. They make one cut in each of the sugar phosphate backbones of the double helix by hydrolyzing the phosphodiester bond. Based upon the mode of action, there are three types of restriction endonucleases: type 1, type 2, and type 3. Type 1 restriction enzymes, they are complex nucleases which function as an endonuclease and a methylase. They require Mg+2 and S-adenosylmethionine and ATP as cofactor. Mg+2 is required for the catalytic activity of enzyme. They are single multifunctional enzymes and consist of three subunits such as restrictive subunit, modification subunit, and specificity subunit. The cleavage site is about 1000 base pair away from the 5' end of the recognition sequence TCA, which is present within 15 base pair recognition site. When recognition sequence is unmethylated, then DNA is cleaved as shown in this diagram. ECOK is an example of type 1 restriction enzyme. Here A shows methylation at adenine end, N is unspecified basis, and N' is complementary basis to N. Now let us start with the type 2 restriction enzymes. They consist of single polypeptide chain and they do not require ATP for degradation of DNA molecule. They require Mg+2 as cofactor. The recognition site is undivided and palindromic, 4 to 8 nucleotides in length. Due to their action, the broken nucleotides form a DNA duplex which exhibit two-fold symmetry around a given point. In some cases, cleavage in two strands are staggered to produce single-stranded short projections opposite to each other with blunt or mutually cohesive sticky ends which are identical and complementary to each other. These complementary sequences are called as palindrome or palindrome sequences. Therefore, when read from 5' to 3' of both the strands, they have the same sequence. Here it is GAATTC. Now let us study about the nomenclature of restriction enzymes. Each enzyme is named after the organism from which it is isolated, and it is identified by the first letter of a genus name and the first two letters of the species name. A strain or type is identified and written as subscript. When a strain has several restriction and modification systems, it is identified by Roman numerals 1, 2, 3, etc. For example, EcoR1. The alphabet E is taken from the genus Asteraceae. CO letters are taken from coli species. R is the strain and 1 is first identified order of identification in the bacterium. Now let us study about type 3 restriction enzymes. They are made up of two subunits, one for site recognition and modification and the other for cleavage. It requires ATP as energy source to cut DNA and Mg+2 as cofactor. They have symmetrical recognition sites and cleave DNA at specific non-palindromic sequence. They cut DNA about 25 to 27 base pair away from restriction site. Examples are HPA1, MBO2, etc. Now let us study about DNA ligases. Ligases are enzymes that join the nucleic acid molecule together. They can join both DNA as well as RNA. DNA ligase is an important cellular enzyme as it catalyzes the formation of phosphodiester bond. In genetic engineering, it is used to seal discontinuities in the sugar phosphate chains that arise when recombinant DNA is made by joining DNA molecules from different sources. They seal the single strand nicks in DNA which has 5' to 3' OH termini. The most widely used DNA ligase is T4 DNA ligase, which is isolated from T4 phage. There is another DNA ligase which is isolated from E. coli. It is called as E. coli DNA ligase, which uses nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, that is NAD plus, as cofactor. T4 DNA ligase use ATP. Now let us study about DNA modifying enzymes. The enzymes such as alkaline phosphatase, polynucleotide kinase, and terminal transferase act on the termini of DNA molecule and provide important functions that are used in a variety of ways. We will first start with alkaline phosphatase. It functions to remove the phosphate group from the 5' end of DNA and RNA molecule. It removes phosphate from nucleotides and proteins, and it is most active at alkaline pH. Therefore, it is known as alkaline phosphatase. It is used in DNA manipulations for the removal of 5' phosphates from plasmid and bacteriophage vectors, and also in the removal of 5' phosphate from fragments of DNA prior to labeling with radioactive phosphates. Now we will study about the second enzyme, polynucleotide kinase. It catalyzes the transfer of phosphate group from ATP molecule to the 5' terminus of DNA or RNA. The enzymatic activity of polynucleotide kinase can be used in two types of reaction, forward reaction and the exchange reaction. Now let us see first the forward reaction. In the forward reaction, PNK transfers gamma phosphate from ATP to the 5' end of polynucleotide. The target nucleotide lacks 5' phosphate either because it has been dephosphorylated or it has been chemically synthesized. In the exchange reaction, the target DNA or RNA that has 5' phosphate is incubated with excess of ADP, where PNK first transfers the phosphate from nucleic acid onto ADP, forming ATP, and transfer a phosphate from ATP into the target nucleic acid. The third DNA modifying enzyme is terminal transferase. It is also known as deoxynucleotide transferase enzyme. It adds single-stranded sequences to 3' terminus of the DNA molecule. One or more deoxyribonucleotides, that is DATP, DGTP, DTTP, DCTP, are added onto the 3' OH end. Therefore, it extends homopolymer tail, and this phenomena is called as homopolymer tailing. If the restriction enzyme cuts DNA forming blunt ends, then the efficiency of ligation is very low. In such cases, terminal transferase enzyme synthesize short sequence of complementary nucleotide at free ends of DNA so that the blunt end is converted into sticky ends. These are the references used for the preparation of this module. This is an additional reference. Thank you.